when your head goes. That's what he meant.
Let me explain that. This is take like 7 because I've had a lot of brain farts, and I started the video while Nellie's explaining what a brain fart is. Okay? So we got Nellie's explanation of her brain fart on video. Hey, I think it's good. That's why I videoed it. What do you think, BB? Should that be on video? A brain fart?
Wait, that.
Tell him, I'm not ready for the cameras yet.
No. She's got a present from my mom for Christmas that she's playing with here, and it's okay. She's got a present here from my mom that she's playing with, and she's more interested in that than me. Oh, so she stuck something on me. I don't know what that is. I can't see it. A heart. I got a heart. Anyhow, we got a public service announcement from the wife.
Don't know what you're talking about again.
Okay. I know what I'm talking about. This is like take 6. Honestly, it is. Because I start rambling about random stuff sometimes.
Oh, yeah.
Do you remember? You want to give your public service announcement?
I don't know what you mean.
Okay.
I know what I said, but I don't know what you mean.
Well, say it again.
I don't know what you're talking about.
I just sometimes have to let him know that he's going way off topic in his videos, and I have to say, like, cut. And, yeah. You see, he just started talking about yesterday, what he ate for breakfast, and
Blah, blah, blah. To be
And what-
continued.
yeah, blah, 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 to be continued, so.
Etc.
That's what I mean by the public service announcement. Okay? Because sometimes I do that, and there's no lies there. All right? And that's why we're on take 6 of this. Anyhow, here's what's coming up. I was out of town for a while. We went to El Paso. You guys saw some of those videos. There's a few extras to be thrown in there. BB owns me in the conversation pretty hard. Okay, and I'm going to put that one up because it's funny. All right, we were talking about fountains or something, and she just literally verbally slaps me upside the head, which is great for a 6-year-old. I got the right attitude on that one, don't I? And for New Year's, we went to Galveston. And we stayed at a hotel that had something called the Space City Con. It was a Babylon 5 reunion, cast reunion, and almost all of the living cast from Babylon 5 was there. And some of you don't know what Babylon 5 is or have just vaguely heard of it. It was a science fiction TV show in the late 80s, early 90s. And what was unique about it is the storyline was written primarily by one writer. The studio behind the show didn't want that, and he still did it anyhow. But what it did is it made a very unique, very, I'm trying to think of the right phrasing. The show had a lot of continuity from episode to episode because the same guy was writing everything. So there was no crazy story arc or nothing like that. And we went to a lot of panels with the actors, and I videotaped most everything. So I'm going to start putting those videotapes up this week, and I'm going to put a lot of them up quickly because the people at the convention want to see my videotapes because most of them didn't have the video camera, and I videotaped quite a bit of it. So they want to see it all. So I'm going to put those up, okay? You guys don't have to watch them unless you want to. They're quite entertaining, especially the Centauri one. Those guys, they were having a good time when they at the panels, you can tell. And some of them were not quite as entertaining, but they were still fun. Don't get me wrong. Nellie went to the whole thing with me.
Yes, I did.
Yes, and it was her first science fiction convention. What do you think? Was it interesting?
It was pretty interesting. Yes.
The hotel was completely booked. There was at least 1,500 to 2,000 people at this thing. There were a lot of people at it. It was Game of Thrones and Babylon 5, and that made it even more interesting because Yeah, a couple of the stars there. Jason, what was his name? Moreau or something like that. I'll have to look it up. He played the new Conan movie. He was there. He came barging in the middle of one of our panels and walked through the middle of it accidentally. He was really embarrassed when he did it, too. It was kind of fun to watch. But there were a lot of Game of Thrones people there, so it made a very interesting mix. And I got to see a bunch of Mario characters, cosplay characters, line dancing bagpipes. And I videotaped that with my phone and put it on Facebook. I'm going to put it in one of the clips here because it's just very unique and weird.
And there was also a mixture of steampunk.
Oh, a lot of steampunk people wandering around.
Yeah.
Nellie's first real exposure to it.
Yes.
And I almost bought her steampunk outfit.
Yeah, I wanted one. He didn't want to buy it for me.
Oh, no, I would have bought it for you. I had the checkbook out, remember?
Yeah.
Anyhow, as for models, this is where I'm at. Still working on the Gundam, the real grade, Char Zaku. I have spent 5 hours putting decals on that thing, and I'm 1/3 the way through the decals. Yeah, the model, it's like 5.5 inches tall, 4 inches tall. And it's got 250 decals on it, all the size of pinheads. Tiny little decals everywhere. And I'm bound determined to finish that thing. And I spend an hour session and I get through 5 of the numbers on the decal sheet. That's because each number has 3 or 4 decals that go in various little places all over that thing. I'm going to get it done. It's just mainly decals and a clear coat and then making a nice base for it. Oh, I got to paint the weapons too. I'm painting the weapons on that one. Slowly working into painting the Gundam idea because that's one of the things in model building that scares the crud out of me. Hardly anything in model building scares me. I'll attempt crazy stuff. Oh, BB's got to show us something. This is part of her Christmas present from my mom. Real nice metallic stickers. Look how... Oh, she's got to show us a piece of art.
This is the first one I draw.
Beautiful.
Yes, it is very nice, BB. Now, keep in mind, go back a page, BB. Everyone, go back, turn one more page. I want to show everyone what it looks like before you draw on it. This is what it looks like before she draws on it. There's no dress, there's no nothing. She's drawing the dresses and stuff in. So, just so you guys know what she's doing. Alright? Anyhow. Okay, anyhow, back to this models. I'm about halfway through with the decals on that Gundam. It's just taken forever because there's so many tiny little ones. The Babylon 5 Brakiri Cruiser. I finally came up with a solution for the base. I have made the main guns out of brass tubing. I've been videotaping this stuff. I'm waiting until I have enough to put a segment up, and I'll probably have it after tomorrow because I'm going to finish doing my base work tomorrow. Then I got to install the brass guns, primer, and paint, and decal. And that has a lot of decals on it too, but they're huge, like one of the Enterprise ships. So that ought to be fun and interesting. The Gremlin, I got the glossy paint down. The thing just shines. There's little or no orange peel on it. I need to put down some gloss black in a few places. Then I'm going to polish it. I'm going to put a clear coat on it and polish it, and it'll be done. So we are talking, I only need a little bit more time on that Gremlin. Probably 2 more hours and it's done. The Brakiri Cruiser probably takes 2 more hours and it's done. And that stinking real grade with all those decals, it probably needs another 4 or 5 hours. I'm not the fastest decal person because I'm uptight and want them precisely in the right spot. And when you're putting 3 of them on, 4 of them across the body in various locations, they have to look balanced and correct, and the spacing has to be right, or you're going to notice it immediately. So everything has to be symmetrical and perfect. So it's taken a bit of time. All right? Now, we're going to do a surprise and a first for my channel. The surprise and first isn't watching BB draw. Although I don't think I've shown that before. Surprise isn't my mom. She's been on the channel before. The surprise is I'm doing a food review. Nellie, can I have you take the camera?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
BB wants to show her dress. And BB's drawing the dress. Now she's going to color it and make it all pretty. Right, BB?
Yes, like Rapunzel.
Like Rapunzel. Here's the food review. We were at the dollar store. What is that? There's something. There it is. It's a strap on the camera. I was like, what is that? It's right here in front of me. And it wasn't. We were at the dollar store, and I found a unique food item. 2 of them, to be precise. And we're going to try them on camera. And I've already tried them because this is like take 6. Here's the first one. Your eyes are not deceiving you. Who in the right mind would make cinnamon and sugar flavored Pringles? What marketing guy thought this would be an excellent idea? I showed them to my wife in the store doing a happy dance, and she's like, no. She doesn't like cinnamon to begin with. Okay? And she was just like, no, get those away from me. I don't even want to smell those. All right? Now, again, I've already opened them because we're on like take 6. This was sealed. And first we're going to do a look at the chip. And you can see that there are some little brown speckles all over that chip. That's the cinnamon sugar mixture. And then that's the Pringles Crunch. You're used to hearing that.
Princess Wishes.
And what you're faced with here is a little bit of sugar and cinnamon sprinkled on top of a Pringle. Does it taste good? Hell no. I don't know what they're thinking. I'm sure they market tested this somewhere first. Get up, make cinnamon toast, and put Pringles on it, and that's what you're eating. It doesn't work. You tried one, right, Mom?
No.
No, she won't even try these.
Yet he's been eating them for.
Oh, I'm going to eat them all. I'm going to eat them all. The first thing that got my eye is the predominance of Spanish on this package. Usually when you get a package in the United States, Spanish may or may not be there. This one? Oh, no. Spanish is there just as strong as the English. Okay? In fact, you can see it all over this thing. So this is a very interesting thing. Are they recommended? No. If you see these, pass. Just pass. Don't get them. Save your 99 cents. Because that was a 99 cent only store, which I know is halfway across the country. Yes, we got one more package of Pringles. Pecan pie Pringles. Has a nice ring to it, doesn't it? Pecan pie Pringles. I want some pecan pie Pringles. I can see some southern lady yelling out the window, Jim Bob, come! I got some pecan pie Pringles for dessert. And little Jim Bob going, woohoo! Climbing out of that mud pit and running into the house and getting himself some Pringles with some possum pie. Anyhow, let me open this up. We've already had this. My mom actually tried these too. And looks like a Pringle. It doesn't have that brown sprinkling on it, though. This just looks like an ordinary Pringle. So what you could do is buy some of these. You got a friend with some Pringles? And swap them out. Oh, that would be mean. Oh, that would be mean. That would so get someone off guard. And you have that Pringles Crunch. And you know what the flavor is? I just noticed there's a sticker on my face. You know what the flavor that hits you is? Pecan pie. And it hits you pretty strongly. It don't taste anything like a Pringle at first. And then, over time, that pecan pie flavor starts fading, and the Pringles flavor starts coming up. So, it's like you took a bite of pecan pie, and stuff a couple of Pringles in your mouth right afterwards. So you get a nice little effect. Okay? These are actually good. Ask my mom. What do you think?
Yeah, they're good.
They surprised you, didn't
Not
they?
bad.
Really surprised you, didn't
Yeah.
they? It really surprised me too. I thought these were going to be horrible. Would I eat these? Yeah, I'll eat the whole can, just like the cinnamon ones, because I'm just kind of silly
How
that
about
way.
the cheese ones? I like them.
The cheese ones are really good. Probably my favorite, the Pringles, is the cheese ones, or the sour cream and onion. Now, BB, what's your saying about throwing fits? You get what you get, and you don't throw a fit? Is that it? That's what I'm doing with these 2 cans. Although I might go back and get a couple more cans of these and stealthily substitute some of these into a regular Pringles can of some friends.
Not wives.
No, not wives, because I know what happens when I do that to my wife. And all you guys, you already know what happens when you do crazy stuff like that to your wives, too. It's never anything good. Yeah, that's still the leftover stick. But anyhow, that would make a wonderful prank, because you can't determine that one from a regular, ordinary Pringle. They're good. It's just going to really freak someone out to bite into that, and you get this pecan, brown sugar, cinnamon flavor instead of Pringles. And it's real strong. Well, I hope you enjoyed the food review. And we're going to have a good night session real quick. You can say goodbye, BB.
Goodbye.
Yeah, there's some enthusiasm there. All right. And
Good night.
good night. Good night, Mom. You want to say?
Good night.
Or are you supposed to say something like good night, Gracie?
No.
Good night!
What you talking about, Willis?
What does BB have in her hair?
I don't
What do you
know.
have in your hair?
Hey, Mommy!
All right, everyone. Here's our little update video.
Princess wishes.
Models are going good. What I failed to talk about is what I'm doing right afterwards. When I finished off the Gundam, the Valkyrie Cruiser, and the Gremlin, I'm jumping on that Millennium Falcon. It's definitely next on the list. The Coast Guard cutter's in there. The spring contest will start in March again. So I'm going to try to finish the Falcon by March. Should be possible. Falcon was at least halfway done when I quit working on it. It's just very tedious taking all the surface detail off that Falcon and replacing it. But I've already done more than half of that. Coast Guard cutter is going to get built. Don't worry, Guido. It's still on my list. I'm just an incredibly busy person with a small business. YouTube channel that eats up a lot of time. And various social contacts around the world. You know, all this stuff takes time, and I got to have the time to work. Plus, I got these 2 in my life, and sorry, people, I'm not going to go upstairs and build a model when I can spend some time with these 2. It's the way it is. Okay?
Tell them about Knack.
Knack? Okay, since BB brought that up, maybe I should do that in a separate video, but I'll explain what Knack is. For Christmas, I got a PlayStation 4.
For your birthday.
Oh, my birthday. The wife has to correct that. Yeah, I got a PlayStation 4. And
For your birthday.
yes, BB's going to remind us of that. And one of the things I looked for was a game that BB and I could play, or the wife and I could play together. And I found Knack. Now, you hardcore serious gamers, don't look at Knack. You know, if you're used to playing things like Grand Theft Auto, Call of Duty, Battlefield, don't play Knack.
Duty! The duty.
Okay, you know what duty means in little kid speak.
It's my duty. Why did the soldier flush the toilet?
It's his duty. What do you think? She's got a job in future in stand-up comedy?
No, hardly.
It's my duty to flush the toilet.
Okay, BB, where does the president keep his armies?
In the toilet.
No, up his sleeves. Up his sleeveys. Knock, knock.
Who's there?
Little old lady.
Little lady. Woo.
I didn't know you could yodel. All right, enough of that. Anyhow, everyone, we're going to get going. We're just saying bye. All right.
Bye!
You never finished talking about that.
Knack. Yeah, thank you. This is what Nellie means about random subjects and rambling. Okay, I tend to do it. Knack. It's a video game that's suitable for a family, for young children. It's not for the older crowd. It's a 2-player game, cooperative, which if you've got a younger child who wants to play with your adult, or you got a wife who doesn't play video games very often who wants to play, it's a good game for that. Hey, Nellie, you enjoyed playing it, didn't you?
I did.
Yes. These two could actually play it together.
Mario.
Oh, yeah, I also got a Nintendo 3DS. And
For me.
no, the 3DS is mine. You got a DS.
Mm-hmm.
Uh-huh.
No, I mean on the TV. No.
Oh, I introduced BB to Mario 64.
My DS wasn't working well.
We introduced her to Mario 64 on the Nintendo 64. I found an old TV by the side of the curb and took it home. Because you can't play Nintendo 64 on one of these high-def TVs. It just doesn't look right.
You know what I mean when I say random stuff comes in?
Yeah, this is more random stuff. Who needs the information? I found it on the street side curb. Nobody, but it was a Sony Ouija TV. WEGA, whatever that is. That
serial
was like
number and everything.
Yeah, we'll get the serial number when I get home. It was a $600-700 TV, and someone just left it by the curb, and it works beautifully. And I'm being mocked by a 6-year-old. This is what I mean by she owned me in a conversation earlier. Anyhow, getting back to this, we set it up and let BB start playing Mario 64, and she loves playing it. So there we go. I even gave Mom a copy of Mario 64. That's that game sitting over in your console over there. Okay? BB's playing it right now. So, anyhow, Knack is suitable for a young audience. If you get a PlayStation 4 and you have kids, it's a good game for that. It's just challenging enough. Okay? And you have to be cooperative because you got to stay on the same screen. If one person runs off and leaves the other off screen, it don't work. We got to stay together on the screen, don't we, BB? Yeah? Works better that way, doesn't it? And they also set it up where the main character powers up by breaking crates, and the secondary character powers up by killing enemies.
I'm the enemy one. I kill.
Right, she powers up by killing enemies, and I power up by killing crates.
And boxes.
So we have to take turns killing the enemies. You can't be greedy about killing the enemies, or you end up playing by yourself all the time while the other one's waiting and gets frustrated. So you really have to cooperate when you're playing the game, which is good.
And you gotta watch out of you hit each other because the man will your robot will get smaller.
Actually, we found out that's not 100% true.
Yeah.
You knock each other down, you slow each other down. If you're fighting in a battle, you don't want to hit each other because the enemies just come up and just pulverize you. So you do have to keep from trying to hit each other. Okay?
Get your enemy.
All in all, I would say it's a pretty good game. It's one of the debut games that came out with the PlayStation 4. It's not for your hardcore gamer. If you're a first-person shooter fan, don't get it. That's where the bad reviews for the game are coming from. People are buying it who expect something it's not. Okay? It's a game for younger children. That's what it is. Or someone who hasn't played games in a long time. Nellie hasn't played games in a long time, so it's a good game for her because it's not an intimidating game, and it's an easy one to pick up and learn to play. And it's a gateway game because once you learn that one, you can go on to a slightly harder game. Okay? So I give Knack 2 thumbs up. Now, you can only show you one because the other one's holding the camera. Can I borrow a thumb? 2 thumbs up. Okay, BB's throwing in a third, so it's a 3 thumbs up. Okay? Cinnamon Sugar Pringles, half thumb up. The wife gives it a down thumb. BB hasn't tried them, so she doesn't count, even though she's thrown one in. Pecan pie Pringles. Mom, what do you think? Thumb up. Okay. So there you go. There's a review of everything talked about in today's sermon. BB, what do you think of the coloring book?
It's nice.
1 thumb up, 2 thumb ups. There we go. That's what BB thinks of the coloring book. All right, everyone. We're rambling,
Mommy.
but it's fun.
Mommy.
Anything else random we can talk about?
Mommy. Mommy.
We've said good night 3 times already. 4.
One more, BB? That wasn't enough. One more?
Good night!
Mom?
Good night.
All right. Good night, people. And you will see me building models soon. I know you will. So we have the action cam, you know, the zoom in and out that someone said was so popular in one of the panels of Babylon 5. I probably just gave everyone a headache looking at my eye big and zoomed up on the screen.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, put that on your high-def TV right there. Yeah, there you go.
I forgot you just had ice cream.
All right, I got to go. See you guys later.
And I was crazy until I ate that ice cream. It was all chocolate.
Chocolate ice cream. Really good.